Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another, was it bi-monthly podcast.
Twice a month, unless it's that weird month where there's three.
Well, there's three. You never know. Could be what, a leap year or something like that?
Oh,
I don't
God,
know.
I don't even know anymore. We were in a leap year this year, weren't we?
I don't pay attention to that
I
stuff.
don't remember. I don't
know.
I make it through the week and we're happy.
This. Why are we talking about this? I'm so unprepared. Anyways, welcome. Yeah, so it has been a crazy week for us Floridians down here. And by crazy week, I mean the crazy past 24 hours.
He didn't blow away.
I did not blow away. No, and I still have, I am blessed to still have power and to still be able to do this show.
I was going to have to get a different co-host today.
Just about. And you would have to learn how to do this whole show all by yourself.
No,
Good luck with that.
The little sister will implode.
By the way, are you logged in to YouTube?
Yeah.
To reach chat as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, Chris.
Oh, it was a leap year. Okay, cool, Chris.
I wasn't sure. That was the one thing I should have asked. But thank you, Chris. But yeah, Chris, I am still here. I am not floating in a boat, even though I can just do a little wave motion and making it look like I am.
You are not. If you were in water, you would have been like, I'm gonna
Listen,
die
if I was
here.
in Tampa Bay, yeah, I would be just with the floaty up to my neck. All right, guys, welcome back to the podcast. But no, unfortunately, I did get a notification. Unfortunately, 20 people did lose their lives due to this hurricane.
Yeah.
And thousands of people did lose power. Obviously along the coastal, and some people have lost their home, as I've seen. So it's very unfortunate. Not far from me, it breached 2 dams. Oh, dang. Okay. Y'all doing all right though, for the most part?
Jeez. I heard that a lot of people have been losing power and stuff up that way.
Yeah, like once it got to the Panhandle of Florida, that's where it was really going to be intense. Going once it hit land, like Tampa, that's normal. Everyone's gonna have water, but around Tallahassee, up there, from what I heard, it got really bad. So,
yeah,
but
a lot of friends are like, it's kind of scary. It's like their first year there.
Oh yeah. I was lucky enough my first year here. It was a very mild hurricane that we had in 2020. Pretty sure it was mild. I hope I don't remember. My memory's kind of shot, but it didn't seem like it was that bad. But
hurricanes suck.
It does. And this is probably this was a category 4. It got up to at least that when I went to bed.
Didn't it like
Thursday.
chill out like pretty quick after that? Like it went from a 4 to a 3 and then tropical storm pretty quick.
I want to say so, yeah. Let's see, Chris. The worst missed us, lost power for 2 hours, but the mountains got hit with record winds and flooding. Dang, man. Ooh. That's rough.
We got those winds up here.
I was gonna say, yeah, how'd y'all handle all that?
I mean, I was freezing in my classroom because they don't know how to turn off the air conditioning. But I took my kids out to recess, and like the wind was pretty like not chill. And I'm like, my students are gonna blow away. And then we had a random fire drill. I'm like, what the heck, guys? But it was like the first day that it hasn't been like wet and rainy and humid. So that's nice.
Oh, that's good.
Oh. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
And just wait. Soon enough, you'll start hearing the light jingles of Mariah Carey. I don't want to. You start seeing the snowflakes soon. while I'll be down here sweating in the sun. Let's see. It was a Cat 1 wind speed when it hit North Carolina. Okay. So yeah, it did die down fairly quickly because I think even before it hit, so Wednesday was late Wednesday was when I heard it hit Category 4. So Wednesday evening going into that, it was probably the most it's ever been. I think it was wind speeds up to 104 around the Tampa Bay area. But yeah, so it settled down pretty good, so that's good. So yeah, blessed with that. Still here. Tired from work, but I am still here.
Yeah.
Man. Not very good with segues tonight, so you're gonna have to take
he's
over.
Not. He's tired. I'll segue it.
Please.
So between the two of us, we've come up with the idea of we're not going to do a full show that's all about news because that was ridiculous. So instead, we're just going to kind of touch on the news before we get into the meat of the episode today.
Yep.
So we're going to kind of touch on a couple of things that happened. One of the things we're going to talk about is Pow World, which we both love. It's good stuff.
Yep.
But it's Pokemon with guns, guys.
Yep.
And now Nintendo has found a way to sue them.
Yeah, so back when Pow World first came out, everyone was freaking out like, oh my God, they're going to get sued. They're going to get sued because of copyright and blah, blah, blah. They were half right. They could have, but there is an artistic value that, yes, they look similar, but not enough to really take them on that kind of claim. So that being said, excuse me, sorry. Oh, water reflex. Oh, man. Oh,
Because we're not young anymore.
Oh, jeez.
This is going to kill me later.
See, I can't have that guy. I'm actually might be going to work tomorrow, so we'll see. Anyways,
no, that's Mountain Dew.
I know.
Oh.
I can't have Mountain Dew this late. No.
Anyways.
So yes, so they found a way. They actually found a way on the 18th, I believe it was when I first heard about it. Spawn Wave Media.
It's the stupidest thing.
It really is. And if you saw the image, it is the most disgusting thing that they will ever try to do. So Nintendo is known for kind of do this with your camera, like rotate it.
There.
No, like tilt it. Sorry, tilt it.
I did tilt. There
you go. No, just a little bit up.
Oh God. Okay, keep talking while I fix it.
Okay. Just a little bit more.
It's because the way I'm sitting. I can sit normal.
Okay.
You want me to sit normal?
Sorry.
I'm ADHD. I move a lot. Okay. Anyway,
okay. So yeah, the lawsuit that they're going to take Pow World to court, or I'm very unfamiliar with the company name. Who made Power World? I for the life of me I cannot remember. I don't have it written down. But it's for a patent of a game mechanic of throwing a ball at a creature while running around it in open field.
So
that is the patent. They made a patent on X, Y, and Z. If you do X, Y, and Z to capture said creature, then we can sue you.
So my thought is, did they do this not just because of Pow World, like right before Pow World, but because of Pokemon Go as well? Because there's so many like mobile games of like you could catch this creature.
Pocket
I mean, we think about it.
Sorry.
You're throwing a ball essentially into a virtual, but it's like a real field.
Yes.
And catching it.
So
maybe they thought, let's patent the idea.
I mean, yeah, you can argue. Yeah, but so here's the thing. From what I understood, the patent was brought. They started the patent soon after Oh, that was back in 20. Something happened in 2021. I did not write this down for the life of me.
You were supposed to write it down,
I
my friend.
know. I thought I did. I do not see it. I want to say they actually started the patent in 2021, or something happened soon after the PAL World started, and then the patent started. I don't remember which. Or maybe it was officially filed in that time, soon after PAL World launched.
I can look it up. You keep
yes,
talking.
please. But with that being said, with Nintendo doing that, and then all honesty, that's actually not the first they've ever done this. And I told Allie about this before. They have another game mechanic patent that where your character, say you're an isometric top-down view looking at a character, and you go up to these trees and you see the trees have a shadow, and either it's your character or someone else's character, but you see a little bump that's unnatural to the shadow, and it's not on the tree itself, to thusly indicate that there is a character or an object behind the tree. They put a patent on that. Like, it's a simple game mechanic. I don't know the Japanese law and all that and what they can do, but it's going to stifle the competition. It's really going to bottleneck creativity, because now you can't have these Power World, Pokemon Arceus like games without fear of being sued. But you have a good idea. And that's the other half too, is like, okay, great. They have this mechanic. All right, cool. Then, like, say maybe 5 years down the road, it's been overused by Nintendo. And so somebody else is like, all right, cool. We can make this better. Oh, no, you can't make it better. It's very similar to our patent. You can't do that. But if they can make it better, they're not allowed to because of this patent and being sued. So I just think it's very dumb. And it's going to become a monopoly eventually.
Considering the first two patents were filed in September of 2022, they were not filed with the intent of targeting Power World. However,
right,
the patents of 3 and 4 were filed in May of 2024 after the release.
Now
so it seems like they filed half of it before and then the other half after.
Right. So Power World was introduced, with the teaser trailer in 2021. That's what it was. And so for Nintendo to see that and then launch the patent in 2022, which makes sense, out of fear, they knew what they were doing.
And it took
always one 2 steps ahead. Yeah,
one sneaky slimy lawyer.
Oh. And the sad part is Nintendo has, as far as I know, they have never, ever lost a lawsuit.
They've got a Saul Goodman.
They do. Like, they could, like, yeah. But
I mean, it's going to create a precedence where you can't do cloney games. And that's a great thing to be talking about when we're about to just start talking about The Sims.
Yeah. Chris, it's a scare tactic to keep the small devs from making similar games for fear of legal action. Yes. And it's stifling the competition. You know, it's making it so that it's like, oh, did you play that game with this Pokemon? Oh, that's not a Pokemon, that's a PAL. Whoa, I didn't know. That's Nintendo? No. And the confusion and all this. Yeah, it's like, it's Pokemon with guns. And Nintendo doesn't want that rep. I get that. I really do. But, like, they got sticks up their butt.
I mean, they're family friendly, but this is the entire franchise that clearly Mario is some kind of villain in some way, shape, or form.
They stopped being friendly.
And Peach is dead.
I'm sorry, but
tell me I'm wrong.
Peach being dead? I mean,
We've
I don't know.
seen
Look in that closet, I guess, but
we've all seen the game theory.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Have you not seen that game theory?
Of course I have. Oh wow, what's that?
Is
that a butterfly?
You have homework.
Okay. Let me write it down. I'm serious. I forget things a lot at my age, okay?
Good old MatPat before the editing was good.
What was it about?
Peach is dead.
Peach, okay.
Peach is dead.
All right. I'll watch that probably tonight when I go to bed. But
there's even like the Link is dead, so those are good ones to watch.
Power has the best chance to beat Nintendo.
They do and they don't.
If it's okay, so if they're going for the copyright of the Pokemon to PALs, yes, they could totally beat them. But because
they're going for a mechanic,
because they're going for a mechanic that Pal World uses, and Nintendo has described it to a key. Unfortunately, by law, that's it. You know. Now, if there's some loop, go ahead.
Well, if they had just changed one little thing in there, if they had just the wording was just a little bit off, they could fight it. But the fact that the way that the patent is described is exactly how Nintendo does it and how Power World does it.
Yeah,
they really couldn't change it.
And in the patent, it shows an illustration, and the illustration is of the game screen, and you see your character in a third person view, and he's in a throwing motion at some creatures ahead of him in a distance while showing HUD displays and whatnot. And they thusly described like throwing an object at a creature, or a ball or a sphere or an object. I'm not 100% certain what it was anymore, at a creature on the screen while moving forward or whatever in any direction.
Yeah.
And if they weren't very descriptive on it, they could find some loopholes. But again, I don't see them winning on this one. Now, unless they were able to make the capture mechanic different by using a weapon of sort, then I could see that. Like the PAL launcher. Like they get rid of like throwing the ball mechanic and just use the PAL launcher, rocket launcher. You know, that's the only way I could see that happening. But beyond that, in general, compared to other lawsuits, they have the funding to fight it and drag it out to a settlement. Oh,
they do.
Powered, yes, they do. But then you have to think, okay, is it going to be worth it? They're going to lose hundreds of thousands of everything they made. They're going to put into this lawsuit, basically.
And the easy way to get rid of it is to just change one mechanic in a game,
or to just settle.
But if they settle,
then they lost.
Thing. Yeah, they lose everything. And then
I know.
So it's just my question, if I was Pal World's lawyer, would be like, okay, we get rid of the mechanic, we pay a fine to Nintendo. Is that going to change it?
And see, that's if Nintendo is willing to agree to settling with a fine or paying a lump sum of a percentage of every game that they now, again, I'm no lawyer. I don't know tactics. I don't know even what the Japanese are even willing to do as far as like spoiling the name of their company, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
they're very upright about their kind and their titles, and they want to keep their titles clean.
It's ugly semantic.
Yeah. So they'd rather do this ugly thing in a lawsuit rather than being known for having a game out there being referred to as Pokemon with guns, because it's a bad rep for them. That. Yeah, no, yeah, 100%. We should have avoided that, but the internet's going to be the internet, and ta-da, we have Rule 34 and everything else. So, oh my god, yeah.
All right.
I mean, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, let's move on.
I was gonna say, as we could talk about this for hours, because Kevin,
I can gripe about that for hours. We're not going to talk. I'm going to gripe about it.
Yeah, we have a lot of time vested in this game. This game was a central core part of our winter last year, actually.
And I have thoughts. Yeah, it came out in January or February this year.
I mean, and we
played a month. Yeah.
I had a castle. Yeah. I don't have a castle anymore. We don't talk about Bruno, but I had a castle.
Right. and I have ill thoughts, ill feelings about Nintendo for quite some time. And this really isn't helping that fact. No. But speaking of Nintendo and going on, 2 days later, from when I found out, at least, there have been leaks online for the next Nintendo Switch. And
which I gotta say.
Yeah.
It's time.
For a new console from Nintendo?
Yeah, the Switch has been out for a while.
It's been out since 2017.
It's time.
Yeah. No, yeah, we've talked about this before with Chris. It paved the way for portable gaming to step up its game. And now we have the Steam Deck, we have the Asus ROG, we have many other small timers. Thing? We're not going to talk about Bruno. That's not. No. That's a streaming device. That's a streaming device. That has no performance whatsoever. That is no performance whatsoever. I don't care.
It's a handheld.
I don't care. You can tell Corey because I'm kind of jealous. I want to hack it.
I held it in my hands. It's actually kind of cool. Anyway, go on.
It's like it's like just take this and stretch it.
It does feel a little bit better though. The controller does feel a little bit better.
Yeah, probably because it's a larger grip area, but.
And you and I like that daggone controller. We're the only ones
love this controller. They need to add. I'm getting off subject.
Nope. We're gonna segue. No. Anyway, we're talking about the Switch 2 and its hardware leaks, because then we're gonna talk about other stuff. But go on.
So yeah, supposedly there are factory photos of the motherboard of what the case is going to look like when it's opened up. We've had a zoomed look at what the Switch controllers, when they dock together, what that's going to supposedly look like. And Chris, you're going to be happy because now, as I said before, the first Switch was a Segway. It had to be done. And so now supposedly this new Switch will be 4 times stronger than the original Switch.
And it'll be OLED the second it comes out.
That will be amazing, actually. And they're talking it might actually even be stronger than the Steam Deck.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a big, bold statement.
I don't know. I might have to call that into question when it comes out and be like, performance test.
I'm excited to see what. So all in all, this is all speculation. I mean, this is. I'm excited. It gets me excited, but not that way. Shut up. Not. Oh my God. You know what? I can't with you anymore. So I'm taking applications for a new co-host. I'm taking over It's All Simulation podcast. We may change the hours based upon your schedule, but please give us a call. I have the power here. I can mute you at my... Maybe. I totally did.
Absolutely rude.
I hold the power with all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stones in my hand.
I'm taking applications for our new podcast. He muted me.
But no, the new Switch, I'm excited because I have so many questions. And I'm also wondering, how quickly is it going to be hacked?
Oh, so fast.
No. So only if the hardware that's being used, which supposedly we have leaks now of what it's going to be, so they would know. Because the first Switch, once they found out what the motherboard was, it was the same as an NVIDIA Shield. So they already hacked the NVIDIA Shield. They're like, bet, let's go. It was within like a week, it was hacked and playing Doom. Like, I love it. Oh, dang. So he goes both ways. All right. Fair, I guess. Dang. Wow. Whew. Oh, wow. Anyways.
You learn something new every day.
I guess. So I guess the questions I have are like, is the Switch... Well, I mean, we can talk about the application later. I'll ask about questions later for the application. But for the Switch, like, what's the pricing going to be? Because when the first Switch came out, it was $400. And if it's 4 times stronger than what it was originally, what kind of price are we looking at here? Are we talking like Steam Deck? Are we talking like PS5 Pro? Like, what are we talking here? So, and is it going to be compatible with maybe... Ooh, I never thought about this. Listen, guys, listen. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what I'm seeing here. All right. But no, I just thought about this. What if now the Switch can have a legit VR headset attachment and not use the cardboard to put your screen up to your head, but an actual headset?
You're falling down the rabbit hole.
But what if?
Alice, climb back up. No, like I
watch
want
in 3
it too.
years. Like, that'd be all. I'm just saying, what if? Like, that'd be kind of cool because it's powerful enough it could run VR.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But then I'm also thinking about the Nintendo VR crap they did years and years and years ago.
With the cardboard?
No, not the lab thing.
Oh God, you're talking about Virtual Boy?
Yes, the all red. It makes you have a seizure. Crap.
It's
fair. That was their VR,
and that was different at the time.
I know, but I just. This is a company who does things to just like mess up the market, make everything crazy. Like, I mean, the Wiimote, right, and then the Switch. Like, they do things to kind of throw you.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to want to get on the train of VR, seeing how it's not actually taking off as well as people want it to.
Depends on who you ask. All honesty.
I mean, okay.
So,
okay. The Meta Quest is great. I'll give you that.
Okay.
But the PlayStation VR and the VR 2 not selling the way they wanted it to.
That's fair. I've never kept up with that, so
I'm not buying it.
But I mean,
I bought the PlayStation VR.
Anyways, we can save that discussion for a whole nother time.
Oh, sorry. Anyway.
But yeah, like, it's just questions, you know.
No, I know. And it would be cool, but I don't know. I don't see it.
Yeah. Let me get to this real quick because I need to get to whoops.
The segue for the next thing?
I'm working on it. Yeah, I gotta do this real quick. Yeah, so real quick, I just want to touch on this because speaking of the PSP, because it's PlayStation, yeah.
I miss my PSP so much.
I still got mine.
I have mine, but I miss it.
In fact, I even still have the PS Vita. It's still fun.
I never got that.
Oh, I loved it. Because it also had this game, Freedom Wars.
I never played that.
So it was a fun little like RPG kind of style, beat 'em up, if you will. It was like Phantasy Star Online, but basically you're imprisoned for like a million years. And the way you work, you get out is you do jobs for the company or the prison, and you would reduce your time to fight. Once you fight these creatures that are running amok in this world, you reduce your time sentence and can become free. I've never gotten that far, but like the game looked amazing. The game was fun on the PS Vita and kind of an underdog, all honesty. But they finally announced that they are remastering this game because the rights were sold back to Bandai Namco from Sony. And they're like, yeah, you can do whatever you want now. So now they're bringing it back on the Switch, or they're bringing it to the Switch for the first time. They're bringing it out on every console and Steam. And if this does well, there's a potential Freedom Wars 2 that might come out. So who knows? Maybe like more games that were on the PS Vita or that Sony has might get sold back to the companies, and we may actually get a new Jak and Daxter. I would love
sure,
that.
maybe.
Yeah, and pigs will fly on my butt.
Be right up there with that Beyond Good and Evil sequel they keep talking about.
Oh my, yeah, I forgot about that.
Like every gamer's like fever dream.
Anyways, thanks for Buzzkill. Freaking Cabbage Patch Killjoy here.
Cabbage Patch Killjoy. My bad.
Oh.
You want me to segue to the next little
part?
Go
ahead. Yep, it's all you.
All right. Something happened that's got me real pissed off. EA came out talking about the future of The Sims. And they did the thing that we all knew they were going to do. They canceled Sims 5. But did they really? Because within the same breath, they started talking about Project Renee, which is what we all thought The Sims 5 was. Now suddenly it's not. It's something different, and it's going to be incorporated into the multiplayer that they're creating that's going to be in The Sims 4.
Oh, okay.
So my question is, okay, we had The Sims Online. It's great.
Yeah.
Unless you had dial-up internet. And then every time you lagged or you dropped out or like you were talking to somebody and then it was like, and then you ended up on Mario Island for some reason.
Get off the phone.
Yes. My mom would pick that phone up and I was like, Mom, I paid $10 for 30 days of this.
I don't care. I need to talk to your Aunt Sally.
Dying. But like,
oh my goodness.
I want The Sims multiplayer. I did the mod. Me and my best friend, I paid for the server thing. We were gonna do the Sims mod. She never could. I wanted it. I was so excited for it. Granted, the one person host, the other one really couldn't do anything other than like, I ended up playing with one of my friends and gave her like 50 babies because I kept adopting babies.
Okay.
She kept like getting rid of them so I'd buy more.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, moving on to today's era.
But like, The Sims 4 is going to be their main concentration. Okay, that's great. Yeah. They don't want us as simmers to buy the same games over and over. Like, I've literally bought Dine Out 4 times now.
Which is an expansion.
When you think about it. It's an expansion pack. I bought Hot Date. I bought, what was that other one? I bought Nightlife. I bought, it was another Nightlife looking one for 3. And then the other Nightlife one for 4. I've literally bought the same darn expansion pack 4 times. And I'm not the only one. Like, right. Every one of us Sims people. But we all have complaints. Like, there's been nothing but problems. And, like, the question we have is, what are the upgrades going to look like? Are we going to get a separate EP for the multiplayer aspect? What's going to happen to our custom content and our mods? Because every time you guys update, you break our custom content and mods that generally make the game better.
Yeah, will they make the mods more mainstream and more incorporated, like buddy buddy working together, than just like a mod, like normal mods are all running rogue, and it's like you said, they just break.
And like then the other question that came up was, are you going to change the engine? And EA firmly said no. So I'm like, you can't keep using the engine you've got. You can't keep using the same graphics you got and add the things from Project Renee. It's not going to go over well. It's not going to work. It's going to break. Right. And the game that's already broken as heck is going to be worse.
Yeah. It'll run like a poorly optimized game.
It's going to run like my old PC. Exactly.
We don't. I thought we were not going to talk about that computer.
Sorry, we talked about Bruno. My bad. But the other thing that they talked about, and this was the thing that I thought was kind of iffy. I mean, I'm a person who up until 6 months ago was paying for Patreon for certain mods to get early access to it. It was like $1 or $2, whatever, every month or whatever. I don't do it anymore, but I was. And I loved these mods enough to contribute to the mod creators. They're going to start doing selling creator kits. So like the CC that we would all download, and now they're going to sell it with the approval of EA. And yes, the money's going to go to the players, but how much is actually going to go to the players or the creators who were players? Right. They already get creators like Little Simsy and, oh God, I forget the other two are, but they've created lots in all of the expansion packs. Like they're already doing that. So I'm just confused of what EA is doing. And then it's EA and I just shake my head and go, this is on brand.
Yep. It's all about the money with EA.
Gotta get that quiche.
If it's not going to make them money, they're going to drop them like a dead habit.
For 100%. 100%.
They've shown their colors before.
And the thing that makes me, as a simmer, go, maybe I don't have to hold on to The Sims 2, is that Inzoi game and Paralives. Now, Paralives, a lot of us Sims people know, and I donated to the Kickstarter for that one because that was being done by one person, and now I think he's got a team. But that game is The Sims with so much more customization, and everything that we had in 3 is there. They took it away in 4. This would be there day 1. Round trip pools, toddlers, pools in general, the ability to move countertops, like the littlest things, like that stuff's all gonna be there. I've seen enough of Paralives that I'm sold. It's on my wish list. I'm ready to go. Let's go.
Right.
Inzoi makes me nervous. And I've told you this. It makes me nervous.
Oh my!
It's very much AI.
I'm watching the video of the Paralives, and they're making curved walls.
Thank you. I need my freaking. I don't build houses very often in The Sims.
I would love this game because this is so in depth with like creating. I would love this just for creating the homes. I love that creativity. I love that. Sorry, that was amazing.
You're fine. Like Paralives looks good, right?
Yeah, like it is very much a like a cartoony, very light cell shading of like The Sims.
Yes,
is essentially what it is,
and there's more customization.
It's cool. Yeah,
it's very cool.
It's fresh. It's fresh from what The Sims have tried to make it over the years, and I like it.
Yes,
it's different. It's The Sims without being Sims.
Thank you. It's The Sims without EA meddling.
Yeah, for real.
And don't get me wrong. Like I've done playtests for EA for The Sims and stuff. Like I've done 4 or 5 interviews with the creators and the developers and stuff where they've asked me questions because I've been a simmer for so long. I haven't been nice the last 2 that they've had me do. That's probably why they haven't asked me back.
Yeah.
But everybody's like, Inzoi is the game that scares EA. It's Paralives.
I mean, it is scary to to look at right
Oh.
now.
Inzoy is terrifying to me.
Like, yeah, it's that uber. It's like if you took Skyrim and made that uber realistic models, that's this, but on a whole different level. It's weird.
You're gonna add the Gen Z vocalization to that Skyrim.
No, oh my God. What is that? What is out of here? A dragon? No, I think it's a boomer.
Cap.
No cap. Hurry, before the boomer asks us to download an app for him on his cell phone. In my day, we walked uphill both ways.
When the dragon screams it. Sorry. Kevin and I have a problem with TikTok and sending each other the stupidest TikToks in the world. Basically making fun of Gen Z.
It is the most hilarious thing ever. Chris, you gotta go see it if we never shared it with you.
Chris, I'm gonna send it to you. It's happening.
I thought I did send it to him, but I may not.
You might have. If you didn't, I will, because I've been sending Chris some stupid stuff lately.
Oh, jeez. That's fair.
Oh, okay. So,
anyways, yes, it is a super hyper realistic living simulation. I really wouldn't even call it Sims, but only because Sims is kind of what they paved that ground kind of thing. So it's
they walked so these kinds of things could run.
Yeah. And like the thing with Inzoy, they have social media, they have internet that you can do.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait. They're saying they have all those features, okay?
They're saying, yes, this is all hypothetical. There's nothing grounded yet. This store page I'm looking at, this is all hypothetical.
The only thing that they showed us in the demo was their CAS, which was basically their create a sim.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do anything with it. Like, I made this person, and then they showed me this, like, globe, and I'm like, oh, can I put her in there? And they're like, no, this is as far as the demo goes. I'm like...
Yeah, you just create a character. That's all that was.
And I'm like, okay, I created this for 20 minutes, and it's like, upload it to the gallery. And I'm like, no. Why? So you can make it a townie? Yeah, I'm good.
For the greater good.
No. Because I made the fuggliest little girl that ever lived.
I kind of want to see like what are can you make characters like you would in freaking not Elder Scrolls Elden Ring, like you know how crazy those characters were.
Yeah, you can do that.
Can you make those that abstract? Can you make these people abstract like that?
Yes, the sliders they're very Sims-like sliders. Yes, they're a little more. I could pull this thing's cheek, like this part of their cheek, out here.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Like, yeah, it's abstract. Yeah.
Which is cool. But when we get down to the nitty-gritty of it, whose computer's gonna be able to run that? Unless they got a graphics card from their work. Not pointed or anything.
Who are we looking at?
Don't worry about it. It's between me and myself and I.
Okay, fair enough.
But whose computer is going to be able to run that?
So that's the other thing too. What if this is just a server game? You play it off a server.
Nope.
That's how. So
like, where's
that would be the only way you can get the really super high def graphics, because the Switch does that with a few of its games.
Yeah.
Because they can't play it graphically, but they can stream it via a server. I'm just saying.
We don't know enough about this yet to...
Like I said, this isn't grounded. This is all hypothetical. This is all ideas.
I know.
So...
Well, before we move on to the meat of the whole conversation, I do want to touch on one thing that makes me very, very happy.
Yeah.
The Sims movie.
The Sims?
They announced that there is a Sims movie happening. It's tied to Margot Robbie and her, like, production team. And I'm like, okay,
Okay.
I could be down for that. The Barbie movie was pretty good. Let's go.
I've never
Can
watched the
I
Barbie
be an
movie,
extra
but
with a
okay.
little plumb bob over my head, please? Someone call me. I need a plumb bob.
Wow.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I am looking it up right now on in the International Movie Database. Like, I'm wanting to see what this
Yeah,
looks like.
like EA said that this is happening. It wasn't just a rumor, and I think it's because so many things leaked that they finally had to confirm it. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, Barbie movie wasn't bad.
Fair.
They brought us gems like I'm just Ken and Ken's Casa Mojo Dojo House, or however he says that.
That Discord button, that mute button is really nice.
Hey, if you mute me one more time,
I didn't, but it's tempting.
hey,
I kid. No, I've never
I feel
watched
like you
it.
mute
So,
me a lot during our Twitch streams. Then
I do not. Honestly, I don't. There are times where I'm like, oh shoot, should I? I actually forget. Like, I probably could do that and should do that at times, but no, I don't.
Oh, you mean when I'm playing 7 Days and I start screaming, guys?
No, because you do that for yourself. Because your microphone does that for you. Because
That's true. I got
you get such a high pitch, and the level's just like, yep, nope, we're gonna mute you. You just go, just good girl. All right, just quiet down.
For anybody who doesn't know, we do tend to stream at least twice a week. And
We do stream as over the weekend mainly right now. Well, yeah, we do stream some 7 days. We do Phasmophobia on Sundays over on
Grocery
Twitch.
Store Sim.
Grocery Store Sim. I mean, we're a collage of games. So
if you've seen our Grocery Store Sim one, then you know that my pride and joy is that beer display. Dark side, light side, all the beer.
All the beer.
Lit
Coming
up so
to you
pretty.
soon in a grocery mart near you. Actually, it won't because it's ours, and we're patenting it. So good luck trying to get the rights for it.
It's your grocery store, but I took it over.
Yeah, you did. All right. On to the main course because we are getting close to an hour.
Oh, geez. Okay, so.
Yeah. We do this way too often. We have fun.
So,
we just like to have fun and whimsical. We are not anything to... By the way, hi. My name is MECHDUDE009, and this is Allie Nicole. I forgot to introduce ourselves in the very beginning. I forgot we're doing a podcast and not a stream.
With you right now.
Brought to you by the Millennial Memory.
You know what?
Did you leave the burner on? You probably did.
I left my straightener on yesterday.
Oh my god. I was joking. You're not helping. The Millennial Memory. Did you save last? I don't know. Better save again.
No, okay, so a millennial will spastically save. We all know this.
Yes.
We're spastic savers.
We will save five times in less than 2 minutes. Just to make sure we saved. Make sure it's saved.
I just did that with that card store. I saved like 6 times before I turned it off.
So, yes.
That guy with the purple.
Anyways, this is our fun time. We get to have fun. So I'm glad you get to hang out with us.
Welcome.
Choosing us as your podcast for the night. So anyways, back on to the main course of why we're here.
So obviously, I have proven now that I am a simmer.
I don't know.
I've been playing.
I don't think you have yet.
Okay, I was 12 years old. I just graduated from 6th grade. My dad was like, well, what present do you want? And I was like, I want that game with you control the people.
Like a dollhouse.
He's like, yeah? I'm like, yeah. We went to Target, which was part of Scottsdale Mall at the time.
Yes.
Drove his truck over there. And we went in, and he's like, oh, you can get that, and one more thing. And I bought The Sims, Hot Date, and no, I already had The Sims. I bought Hot Date, Fake or Living in or House Party or whatever, Living Large, and the
Living Large.
And the Eminem CD.
Which would have been Curtain Call at the time?
Yep.
Nice.
I was grounded. I was grounded for 2 months after that by my mother.
Because of the CD?
I was singing the entire album. When I play The Sims, I have Curtain Call going on in the back of my head continuously.
Oh, goodness. How that
America.
album was. Oh, my God. Yeah. I forgot that was on there.
And sidebar, if my siblings ever see this, Dad liked the album. He let me listen to it in the truck.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So you're the favorite.
I'm the favorite. Or I was the favorite.
Fair.
Okay. So The Sims. We all know that it is the brainchild of Will Wright. Will Wright is the creator of SimCity 1989, which was the first one. And that one came out 11 years before The Sims. And it was a success. I mean, we all have our SimCity story. I
got a few. Yeah.
I mean, mine was I built an entire city and then let Godzilla kill them all.
Mine was meteorites and floods.
See? We've made also, sacrifices.
I played a lot of Streets of SimCity and SimCopter, Sim Safari, all that. Just, it was fun. SimCity 3000, yeah. You can make your own town in SimCity 2000 and drive around in Streets of SimCity, which is really cool. Anyways, moving on.
SimCity was amazing. I still love SimCity. It is,
yeah.
The older SimCity.
It was on the SNES. The one that they that's crazy.
I played that in my parents' basement in the dark with a blanket over my head, killing everybody. But I loved it. Every second of it.
Right.
Between that and Super Metroid. But so in 1991, there was a really big fire. It was the Oakland fire in California.
Right.
It was a fire that started on a private property. They thought they put it out. Embers sparked in the morning, caused a huge blaze. It ended up killing 25 people, and more than 3,400 homes were destroyed. Of these homes was Will Wright's. So when he had to go and rebuild, he started to wonder, how do people choose what they buy in houses? Why do they buy these things in houses?
Basically becoming a minimalist.
Yes. Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Very interesting thoughts. I mean, this is a man who taught himself how to program, taught himself coding languages. He didn't even go to college. He didn't finish college. He just did it. And in my opinion, the people who don't finish high school and don't finish college or do very minimal college are usually the smartest ones.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
They just got bored. But so he created SimAnt, SimCity, SimCopter, SimSafari, all those stuff. Just to name a few of those. If it had Sim in the front, he probably created it.
More than likely, yeah.
So underneath all of that, he had this idea for an architecture game where you build a house and then you have these Sims come in and they judge it. And that is where the idea for The Sims started. And it was a game that went through so many different nicknames, but the one that everybody always knows is Dollhouse.
The Dollhouse.
The Dollhouse.
Nice. I mean, it makes sense once you think about it now, but
it does. And his daughter was a big consultant on things okay, what do you think could go here? What do you think could go there? And he really liked this game. And I was doing a little bit more research in this. And when the game was being tested, every focus group that played it hated it. So Maxis was like, no, we don't believe in it. We don't like it. So they pushed him to doing more SimCity stuff. And he decided he wasn't going to give that up. So he took The Sims with another developer and like hid it deep in Maxis at another development studio and plugged away at it.
Yeah.
In fact, some of what they were trying to do with the development engines and the game engines, they put in Simcopter to test. Like the way that the helicopter, like the way the helicopter reacts to the buildings and stuff. That's all Sims based because it's how the Sims would navigate kitchens and floors and all that stuff.
So the copter was a sim.
Yes. The copter was a test sim.
Wow.
Like, let's be real. The chaos does not rain. It does not rain. I just saw that.
Chaos reigns. Sorry.
So,
inside joke.
He never gave up on it. He worked on it in secret. EA came in and they toured Maxis because Maxis was hemorrhaging money. They weren't making money anymore. EA came in and they bought him. And the president of EA at the time saw what Will was working on. And he's like, I like this. This is good. This is going to make money. And so he gave them more money. He brought them on. And for a long time, Will kept the development team away from Maxis going into EA. Like, they didn't properly go into it because there were so many problems going on with EA coming in and all the issues that the Maxis team was having problems. So by the time he moved that team in, they were just their own little things. They had nothing to do with all that. So they could just focus on this.
Yeah.
And that was the time when one of the creators came in and she said, hey, let's not focus on the architecture side of it. Let's focus on the Sims. And that's when it changed. And that's when it became the Sims. Which is cool. There's a lot more backstory to it. A lot of stuff I'm not going to super get into right now, but because it's a lot, but it's really cool. Like, the first Sims, I will raise your hand if you think the first Sims is the hardest one in the entire franchise, because I sure do. I went back and played that like a year ago and cried myself to sleep because I killed all my Sims in the first 2 hours. Didn't mean to. So like, when you start it, you start with the 20,000 simoleons as you normally do.
Right.
The first screen you're introduced to is your creative family. You make your family, and the cool thing is, and I wish The Sims 4 had this and they don't, is your personality is zodiac based.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
So it's the attraction system. It's zodiac based.
Yeah.
And I liked that. Because every time I made myself, I'd be like, oh, I'm a Virgo. I want to be a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. And whatever boy I had a crush on at the time. Oh, he's this. He's going to be this. It never worked because that's when I would learn that the compatibility wasn't there. But anyway.
That's a story for another time.
That's a story for another Allie. That's therapy.
Fair.
So everybody knows there's 8 motives, or at least back then there were 8 motives. And what a lot of people don't know is those motives are based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So there's things familiar. That you need. It's a psychology term. It's what my current classes are about.
Oh, fun.
It's all the things you need for your life. You need food, you need oxygen, you need safety, you need security, you need all those things.
is this thing like set up like a pyramid?
Yes.
In the ground? Oh,
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Yeah, no, I know what that is now. That was actually used against me years ago. But that's a whole different story for therapy.
But I didn't mean to drive that wedge even further.
No, you could.
So the needs system, when it started, went from a 12 to a 10 to when it was released with an 8. Which is good, because I could barely handle the 8 that were there. And the thing that not many people knew when you started is you had to learn how to master the needs if you learn to master the needs, you could beat the game, which isn't really beating the game because it never truly ends.
I was going to ask, like, how do you beat a game that has no end?
You don't. And the worst part is you die. You don't age. You don't do anything. You have babies. They turn into a child. That's it.
Right. Yeah.
There's no weekends. There's no days. Your sim gets up, goes to work, comes home, gets up, goes to work, goes home.
Wait, there was no days in that game?
No.
I really forget what that game was like.
I
forget
don't
the
remember
details of it, but
I don't remember there being days or weekends or vacations or anything like that. I do not remember, especially a year ago. I just remember being like, oh my God, they have to go to work again? Isn't it Saturday? Oh my God. I want to quit their job. But like, I mean, it's considered like, this is considered the hardest game. And it's also the one that not a lot of people know, but like it's the one that when it was displayed at EA, the people saw the same-sex relationships. Like, I guess from what the story is there was a wedding and two women characters came up to each other and they were kissing. And during the time when the game was on doing its own thing, these two women had fallen in love during the game. And people were like, oh my God.
Focus on this. What is that?
So, but the thing about that is same-sex couples was actually supposed to be removed from the game. It was decided it was going to be too hard. It was going to cause too many problems. But one developer, and I can't remember his name right now, he did not get the memo. And he spent a whole like chunk of time when one of the lead developers was on vacation programming all of this in. And when that guy came back, he just didn't say anything. And he just left it there. And like Will came up to the guy who did it and goes, I'm glad we left the same-sex couples in. And he's like, they were supposed to come out?
I mean, they came out of the closet once. I mean, yeah, it might.
But so this is the game that started it all. It released February 4th, 2000. I remember because I begged my mom for a week and a half to buy it. And then she made me do a lot of chores and volunteer at the museum to get the money for it. But I bought it.
Holy, and 2000. Then I'm just saying, wow, 2000. That was like PS2 era. Like, dang.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to. We were sixth graders. Number, but
no, I'm going to say it. We were sixth graders.
Yeah.
Kevin. We were babies.
Yeah. Still.
But
what you got to
do? After the success of this, pretty much consistently, at least twice a year, The Sims got an expansion pack. The first of these was Live in Large, then House Party, then Hot Date, then Vacation, then Superstar, and then Making Magic.
That's funny. I actually found the expansion box for Making Magic in the store, the thrift store, a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Did you send that? I feel like you sent me a picture of that.
I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is ancient. It belongs in a museum.
I'm having PTSD minute. Oh my God, I remember that game. That freaking hole in the ground. So to just touch on lightly here, Live in Large didn't have a theme, but it had some of the cooler objects. It had the chemistry set, which could allow you to make potions, and you could bring your Sims motives up. You could like turn them into a Frankenstein monster. You can make an evil clone.
Oh, I had that. But, I didn't even know that.
But there's a downside. If the man caught you doing it, you paid him $500.
Well, he never caught me, so.
Oh, he caught me a lot. I was having a meth lab in there, apparently.
Oh my gosh.
Look, you gotta do what you gotta do. A motherload cheat
I
don't
mean,
go that
listen,
far.
the economy's in shambles, man.
Recession, dang it. Oh, but it also brought us the Vibromatic heartbed.
Oh. Walla walla.
The vibe. I like it. Horrible.
Plika. Plua.
Oh yeah, Simlish, they only created it so they could save money.
Really?
Because you had to pay rights to use certain languages. So they made their own.
Like Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So the Vibromatic.
It doesn't get any better the more you say it.
Heart-shaped bed. Okay, it's gonna get worse for you, Kevin. It brought along the woohoo option.
Oh my god.
Your Sims couldn't woohoo prior to this.
Really? Oh, so they were living in the 1950s. 2 separate beds.
2 beds! You go on this side, you go on this side.
Oh, the freaking Brady Bunch bed. Oh, I mean, the music did kind of style it, so I mean...
The music is beautiful. I love the music.
No, I'm not knocking it. I love that music. I'm listening to it right now in my head.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm like, what?
You're
supposed to listen to me. Sims music is a jam. We all know it.
For real.
So,
sorry.
The ability was not called woohoo. It was called play in bed.
Kind of the same thing. But like...
Sounds wrong.
I mean, no matter what you call it, woohoo or play in bed, it both sounds wrong. No matter how you word it. Hey, you want to play in bed? Hey, you want to woohoo? That sounds like you're asking for a drink. Hey, you want a woohoo? Instead of a yoo-hoo?
You want a yoo-hoo? Yoo-hoo, you want a woohoo?
She said enough. That's hilarious.
She said.
That's what.
Oh yeah, I'm done. Okay, I gotta keep going. Son of a donkey. So after that fantastic addition to the game came House Party, which House Party had catering tables, dance floors, and the famous dancing cage. We all remember the dancing cage.
That's like a go-go girls?
Yes, your Sim would get in there and be like, what? Every 2 seconds. It's like,
I never had
what's happening? I'll have to
Let me
show
guess.
it to you.
This introduced alcoholic beverages.
It's interesting you would say that. Because it also introduced the bubble bar.
What?
Which was a hookah bar. Only they couldn't say it was a hookah bar, so they called it a bubble bar.
Who doesn't like bubbles?
Who doesn't like to float?
Who doesn't like to get elevated?
They would get elevated. Chris, they would get elevated.
Yeah.
Literally. So, whew. That was also the first expansion pack to introduce townies.
Hopefully they're not like roadies.
They do just show up. Like, they be in the town, like, just doing stupid stuff. It's like, where'd you come from?
Oh, that's the town drunk.
Oh, no, think of that like Fallout 76 before the NPCs were added.
You talking about the random encounters?
No, I'm talking about like, you know how there weren't really people in Fallout 76?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was The Sims.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about
Yeah,
in general. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
And
And
then they introduced
then,
Townies,
okay.
and it's a game changer. I literally
Okay.
just thought about that. But it's a whole thing. I'll get into.
Okay.
So the next pack was Hot Date, and that was my personal favorite back in the day because it brought a whole new neighborhood. So it was the first new neighborhood and some new lovely people to meet.
Okay.
It brought downtown, which you could travel to with the help of a taxi, and you could go on dates now. It
Hmm.
introduced the relationship bar, so now you could like start like romantic relationships with people.
Yeah.
And it brought us
Miss
Miss Crumplebottom.
Crumplebottom. That name. I'm sorry.
Miss Crumplebottom.
I just said Miss Crumplebottom.
You have
Crumplebottom.
described her to a T right there.
Oh dear goodness. So
Except
she's
add a
okay.
little black purse. And the fact that she don't like if you're kissing and hugging in the middle of the street. She gonna hit you with your purse. And your Sims can't woo-hoo her. I tried. Dang it, Crumplebottom. You win this round. But there was one more amazing thing it introduced, like NPC wise.
Let me guess. Hold on. It's called Hot Date. Rejection.
You're never gonna get it. No, you're never gonna get what this is.
Okay.
Claire the bear.
Two. Okay. do I want to know? I don't know. The vibrating bed was a lot for me. I don't know if I want to know more what this bear does.
So imagine.
Oh no.
Imagine, if you will, you're a Sim in your home and you look out the window and there's a bear going through your garbage. No one knows why the bear's there. She's just there. She's going through your garbage. So you go out there to clean up your garbage and Claire runs away.
That's it. That's the whole entire interaction. No bear attack, no friendly shake,
No.
hello, no hey boo boo. Nothing.
I think you could talk to her, but I can't remember. I just remember seeing her go through my trash. I was like, there's a bear. Why is there a bear? Is it a person? Is it a bear? I'm confused.
Man, bear, pig.
Granted, I was 12 years old and I was a moron, but come on. What the heck?
What did we know, right?
Right. So,
yeah,
this will also get you too.
Hmm?
The Niagara Love Tub.
I have thoughts, but I'm keeping them to myself.
It's a heart-shaped hot tub.
Hmm. Now I'm thinking of Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. I'm thinking Hot Tub Time Machine, but okay.
In Dumb and Dumber, they were in a heart-shaped hot tub.
Yeah, I know.
Together.
I know.
Hot Tub Time Machine was just a regular hot tub that just went back in time.
But imagine if it was heart-shaped.
That would have been cool.
I think I would have taken Sebastian Stan's role in that a little more seriously.
So, from the sounds of it, every DLC, actually, they weren't DLCs, they were expansions back in the day.
They expanded on the game.
So, yeah, they would expand on the game, adding more to do, more experiences. Just a lot of love in the air.
It was very loved. That game was very loved, very well taken care of.
I meant like love, like they added like a lot of love features.
No, that was the last of it, actually.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
There's
they
more?
did it in the beginning. And then there was a lot of other stuff. I mean, there's so many expansion packs. Like when they added pets, I went nuts.
I remember pets, yeah.
But like, can I just say that when your dog that you have cared for and tried to keep alive for days dies, that's the most traumatic thing ever.
I can imagine. I mean, it's like a Tamagotchi.
Oh.
Yeah.
I lost my Tamagotchi so many times. I hear it beeping and like,
yeah.
Save you, Pepper, where are you? I can never find Pepper again. Literally killed Pepper.
Lost. Rip.
Then I gotta get a paper clip. Gotta get a paper clip, shove it in the little hole. Pepper 2.
I thought we were trying to keep this a little PG-13. Dear goodness. Dang.
I missed Atomic Cut. You.
There was a tiny little button. For anyone who didn't know, there's a tiny, tiny pinhead button that you can only get with a needle, a very sharp pencil,
or a
which
paper
broke,
clip.
or a paperclip. That's how you reset your game, essentially.
Or your dad's pocket knife had this little like pricky thing.
Yeah, yeah, that works too. Yeah.
I'm not speaking from experience.
Anywho.
So like Superstar was weird.
Is it?
That was one of the last few expansions. That added like the ability to be an actor. And like
so not like singing or nothing like that. It rounded out with like movies.
It was a supermodel, an actor, and a singer.
Okay, so popular people, things that we don't know about. Fantastic.
This is the expansion pack that made it so that I could have Christina Aguilera hanging out with Ricky Sambora, Andy Warhol, and Avril Lavigne at the same party.
Andy Warhol?
While Drew Carey cracks jokes at the front door.
My goodness, what a throwback name.
Right?
Oh, what a throwback cast that would then to see.
Right?
Drew Carey, oh my goodness.
Like Drew Carey would like come up to the door. I think he was in a house party, but he would come. He'd bring a crew of people. And then I'd go to Studio Town and I'd go see Avril and Christina and Ricky Sambora and Andy Warhol and be like, come hang out with me.
Wow. So it's essentially just like a Time Squad episode. You get everyone from time eras just waltzing in, just rubbing elbows with each other. Like, hey.
Like the first time I had Andy Warhol, my mom was behind me. She goes, that man's dead. Why is he in the game?
That's what I mean. Every generation was in it.
Like, I was like, he's not dead. She's like, yes, he is. I'm like, he's right there.
Got her.
I was called a little shit that day.
My goodness.
So, all of these expansions really did do a lot. I'm not going to touch on all of them because, I mean, everybody kind of knows. And I kind of want to get to The Sims 2 real quick.
Okay.
It'll be quick. It'll be quick.
Okay.
The Sims 2. The Sims 2 came out in September 14th, 2024. I remember because I pre-ordered it for my birthday. A present from me to me. Because my boyfriend at the time was being a grade A piece of crap.
Fair. Anyways.
I married him. I'm an idiot.
That one. Gotcha.
Yeah. So this is still highly regarded as the best Sims game in the franchise.
I've never played it, so
it is top tier.
I couldn't say much.
It is top tier. While 3 does tend to take the cake in a lot of ways, like just its expansion packs were kind of cool, and the fact that you could go lot to lot without a loading screen was really nice.
Okay.
2 was different. It was cool, and I still go back and play it. to this day, even though it has one of the most controversial mods that was banned, but you can still find it, that was ever created. And that's the that's the mod that you bake your offspring, if you get my drift.
Yep. Nope. Don't need to touch on that. Mahoo. Wow.
Yeah. So it's also the first full 3D environment PC Sims game.
The Sims
and that's
2?
Yep.
Okay.
And the only reason that it really got that is because it came from the fact that they did it with the Sims console version. Not a lot of people remember that there was a Sims console version on the PS2.
I was going to ask, was it on the original Xbox or PS2?
PS2. It may have been on the original Xbox, but I played it on PS2.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure because I know the capabilities of the Xbox were higher than what a PS2 can handle. I'm not saying that PS2 isn't bad. I just, like, thinking about the Sims, it's like, that could work. That could work.
It could. I
mean, it did. Obviously, it did if it was on the PS2. But, like...
Yeah. I'm seeing it in my head. Like, the original Sims, I'm seeing it in my head that way.
Oh, Chris is saying it was on both.
It was on both? Okay.
Yeah.
I played it on the PS2 because my dad was like, don't you make them woohoo. But he just wanted to steal the PlayStation from me so he could play Crazy Taxi. Let's be real.
Oh, I love Crazy Taxi.
So did my dad.
Oh, I played it on the Dreamcast so much. Anyways, sorry. Side note.
You're fine. So, this game also introduced life stages, which for all of us was amazing. The trailer. I remember sitting down and watching the trailer. It was on G4, I think it was. And
yeah, it would have been G4 at the time.
I think it was Morgan introduced it. And I was like my mouth just, oh my God. Because the way that they spin around and you could see them pregnant and you could see toddlers and you could see babies and then you could see elders. I was like, hold on.
So it's like the whole lifespan of a sim.
In my head, I was like, there's finally an end. There's an end I can watch.
They actually like taken the game and I don't know where I was going with that. My brain lost on that one. My brain lost the battle on that one.
It went through those life stages. And then when university came out, it added young adults. So like you go from teen to go to university as a young adult, and then you would be an adult, and then you'd be an elder. Like you went through the stages. Your Sims could get pregnant. Your Sims could naturally die, not just die from starvation or fire or however decided to kill them that particular day. They also, you could kill them still in the pool. Like you could take the thing out. They didn't learn to climb out of it until much later.
Yeah. But, I forgot about that in the first Sims.
This game also introduced what we know now as the caste system. So the Create a Sim system. And it still had the zodiacs. It had this Create a Sim system is probably my favorite because it had the wants and the fears, and you could pick the favorite, like all kinds of favorite stuff. Just like you could in 3 too, now that I'm thinking about it. But it was,
but 2 was one that introduced a lot of these mechanics into the game.
Yeah, wants and fears.
Made what the Sims is now.
Exactly. Except Sims 4 took away wants and fears and they just put them back. So it's like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
But like they had aspirations and rewards, which still carry over now. Career rewards, which still carry over now. And this was the first game to have Movie Maker.
Movie Maker.
That is the in-game capture mechanic where you can record videos and pictures.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't do that before. I made 3 videos that I can remember right now. My Sim marrying the guy I had a crush on. My Sim killing the guy I had a crush on. My sim resurrecting the guy I had a crush on.
Now, are these 3 crushes all the same person? Okay. It's not just 3 random people that you had crushes on. It's just, oh, fun. And then you gonna die. And I'm so sorry. Forgive me.
He just shouldn't have made me mad that week. He even said, he was like, you're gonna kill me in The Sims, are you? I'm like, but the cool thing, and this is the thing that I've noted, is in the original game you had 3 neighborhoods. You had Pleasant View, which was the original storyline from The Sims 1, just 25 years later.
Okay.
So this was the first time we got some sort of timeline. And everybody knows with the timeline comes lore.
And Allie loves her lore.
I love lore. So you had like Don Lothario was introduced here, which he is a well-known name now. The Caliente sisters. The Goths.
The Goths. Oh.
The Goths. Which Mortimer's dad was in the original Sims.
Yes.
He came with one of the neighborhoods. I want to say it was, was it Pets? I don't know. I can't remember, but he came with one of them. Then you had Strangetown. So that was a neighborhood that was paranormal themed, primarily aliens. You had a whole family.
Yeah.
What were they called? Maybe they're called Curious. Yeah, the Curious family. All of their aspiration was to be abducted by an alien, get pregnant, and have an alien baby. That was their aspiration.
Fair.
So I did that.
Okay.
They all had alien babies. But there's also, I think it's either the Spectre house. It might be one of the houses. Maybe it's Beaker. There's a test subject guy in there. And he's being tortured by this family. Yeah. The Sims got dark.
The Sims 2 did get dark. Holy cow.
And then the last one, which is my favorite one to play in, and I know as soon as I tell you, you're going to know why. It's Veronaville. And it's an entire neighborhood inspired by Shakespeare's plays. You've literally got a family called the Caps and a family called the Monty. And what did I do? The Romeo and Juliet types are already together, so I got them married. And then I got the 2 sons married.
Oh. Well then.
The weddings were great.
I just think about the 1990 version of Romeo and Juliet with Leonardo. Yes, Leonardo? The best
My favorite
version. Yes, exactly.
The only version. Let's be real. The only version. Yeah. Claire Danes and Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know nothing else. Even though Perfection. 10 Things I Hate About You is also a Shakespearean play, but we won't get into
what?
That. Yep, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
It's my favorite movie. I know too much about it.
All right. Wow.
Fair. So in the interest of time, I'm going to blow through a little bit of this. The cool thing was build mode was completely changed. You had a little more customization. You were able to do things a little bit easier. You no longer had to read a book to improve your skills. You could actually improve your skills by doing the thing that you were trying to learn to do, which was a game changer. You could order groceries. And dude, did I love going to the grocery store in that game. I would go, I would buy my video games, I would buy my little cell phone when that came out, I buy my handheld game, and I buy my groceries, and then my clothes.
Yeah.
Because you could buy clothes. So you kind of do everything. It literally was like being a person.
It was more person-esque than the first game was. But it laid the groundwork for The Sims 2.
It was. And it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It had 8 expansion packs over the years of 2005 to 2007. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 stuff packs in that time too. And for those people who don't know,
packs? Okay.
Yes, a stuff pack is a smaller little pack of stuff. Like
tiny.
We had Yes, tiny. We had H&M stuff. These things were $10 a CD. I remember how much they were.
Oh man, buying CDs for I remember buying CDs for expansions or smaller style games. Yeah, Captain Crunch was one of them. Freaking, yeah, no, yeah.
But the other thing that this did was it also introduced for the first time the Sims Store, which was an online marketplace that you could use real money to buy objects for your game.
So essentially the first microtransactions.
Kind of, yeah. But they did the cool thing. They would give you free content all the time. Like they would give you lots, neighborhoods, items, Sims on the exchange, all kinds of stuff that you could get for free. I'm pretty sure I spent more money on there than I should have as a poor college kid, but I digress.
Right.
It officially closed on March 31st of 2011, and I remember being pissed because I no longer had all those items.
Oh, so once the server went down, you basically lost all those items? It's kind of lame.
It was kind of lame.
Essentially, that's kind of what we're doing now when we buy digital, so we never learned.
That's why I have a problem with digital purchases now. I think it stems from this. So during all of this, there was another little release called The Sims Online. It didn't last long, so there's not a whole lot to talk about. I mean, it was the first MMO with The Sims. It was a great idea.
A Sims MMO?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it had 12 cities for your Sims to choose. You trained your Sims in skills, which they could max out every single one of the skills, which you could do that in the regular game.
Yeah.
But this model was The Sims 1. It was not The Sims 2. It was The Sims 1.
Okay.
And I think it's because it was just easier. And the time it came out
for at that time, the lower polys are a lot easier. The 2D, so I remember this back in the year 2000. I didn't have a gaming computer, but I could run The Sims original like no one's business. Like it was like StarCraft, like same thing. Essentially, use the same kind of thing. So.
Could run on an old compact that sounded like it was about to take off like a jet engine and be just fine.
Oh, yeah. So it makes sense for it to be an online MMO. A lot of people and anybody could run it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was $10 a month to use it. You got 30 days free when you first signed up. And then there was like another thing you could get 90 days free, but I can't remember what that one was for.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with it was there was a huge controversy where a bunch of people started a brothel. It started a brothel. So they were exchanging virtual woohoo for simoleons. So a bunch of bad seeds ruined it for the rest of us.
I mean, that's what a lot of things. Wow.
I remember I went to one lot and this guy had slots all over his lot. And I'm like, is this a casino? And he's like, yeah, you got to pay to enter. I'm like, bye, Felicia.
Right. Dang.
So it was deemed a failure by EA. Not too long after it came out. A lot of Sims players were just used to playing alone in their room. The idea of getting online, playing with other people, and having the chance that your Sim could be killed by someone you didn't know, it was too much. Like,
that explains
as
a
a
lot
Sims,
of our millennials.
as a Sims person, my Sims mean a lot to me. And to have somebody come and kill them, like I had one of my online characters get killed. All I did was show up at the lot and they like killed him. I was like, what? It turned out they had hacked the game and they were able to drop a anvil on my head. But
oh yeah.
I'm like, why? Why would you do that? And I actually canceled it after that. But like we were all living on dial-up, and unless you had fancy cable or satellite at that point, which I did not, it was harder to really play it. So there was a lot of lag. And like you'd get like a message and then like they'd be like, you're not responding, get out of my lot, and kick you out of the lot.
Yeah, and then you get kicked out and then you're like, what happened? And then you finally got the message.
So after it was deemed a failure, they changed the name to EA Land in March of 2007.
Okay.
They made a few changes. They made all the 12 cities into one. The existing users could buy land in EA Land, and users could finally create and upload CC and purchase CC from other players with the approval of EA, which went over about as well as you can think.
Right.
And then sadly, EA Land was also a disappointment, and it was shut down less than a year later, or no, over a year later. So,
oh wow,
yeah. So it didn't last.
Not by well, actually, no. Concord only lasted 2 weeks.
It's got Concord beat.
It's got Concord
as far as lasting.
Yeah.
I don't think anything else. I think Concord takes the cake on that one.
On a lot of levels.
That's as far as I'm gonna dive into this beginning of Sims. I got 2 other games I could talk about, but I'm not gonna do that now.
I've only played one of them, so unless you're talking about the spin-offs like the herbs or
oh my god, when you've got freaking Fergie and the Black Eyed Peas showing up in your game, when you got like a mohawk with your purple hair and you're like, yo, what up? And they're like, you gotta go talk to this guy. It's like, no, I don't want to go talk to that guy. You gotta give him a bro hug to complete the quest. What?
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh my god. Was the exhibit in there with his...
No. This is the one guy.
That would have made it so much better.
It's the guy from freaking Black Eyed Peas who's like, God, come here, Tony.
Will I Am?
And they, yes.
Oh my gosh.
And like the whole band would eventually just show up at your apartment. I'm like, how? How do you know where I live? I live in a dump. There's literally a pizza box on the floor. I'm not cleaning it up. That was my sister's favorite Sims game for a long time.
I can say I've never played the spin-offs, so
I played my stories, the Sim stories, but only because I was curious. And those have a storyline.
Sorry.
Have you ever seen the soap opera Passions?
No.
It was on way back when we were kids.
I'm sure.
It was ridiculous writing, is what I'm getting at. Like crazy stuff. This Sims Life, My Stories, the Life Stories one, is worse than Passions.
Dang.
Like, one quote was in there. Oh, he's not really liking me right now. I should tickle him.
Wait. Hold on. I'm getting a really bad brain surge. Was Passions the one with the short person in it?
And the witches and stuff? There you go. It connected with the dots.
So I only know that, right? Because when my mom went to the hairstylist, she would always watch that.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? Like,
our moms were nuts. Why they watch soap operas?
I don't know.
I used to have to report it.
No, my mom never cared for it. It was just the hairdresser lady. She love that sort of. I mean, she was short,
Oh, well,
right? She was like 5 foot practically, but
was she feisty
maybe.
too?
Actually, yes. Yes. She was actually off of the bypass.
Oh.
In South Bend, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I know where your mom went.
Yeah?
Because I went there too.
Oh my God.
I know where your mom went too.
I can't remember the street name that the exit's off of. But yes. She ran it from her house. They had like a little turnaround.
I killed Kevin. I killed Kevin.
Oh my. That is actually the funniest thing I have ever heard of so far.
See, the world is entirely too small.
Obviously, it is for her.
Well, she used to work at a bigger hair salon, and then she went and did her own thing. So.
Oh, I bet. I mean, yeah, that's kind of like my mom. She did pet grooming with someone else over in Elkhart for a while, and then she eventually did her own thing in our home. So yeah, it makes sense.
Makes sense.
Wow, but, random facts of the day for y'all. Welcome.
So, this is not the FNAF Allie goes off on a tangent about lore.
No, we've actually kind of kept it a little bit tamed. A little bit. I still mean it's kind of about the same time frame, but.
Oh, we started on my stuff late.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. That is true.
I do have 2 other games, and someday I will get to them because the saga that is The Sims 3 is interesting.
So basically what you're saying is you're condensing a lot of this into 2 parts. Thank you.
But our schedule's kind of packed. We've kind of filled it. I mean, we got all that.
We have filled it up for the rest of this year. We already have set what we got going on. So it might be around the same time next year. We'll see.
Could be another birthday present from me to you.
Actually, never know.
Yeah, by then we're
millennials. We forget a lot, so.
I forget everything.
That's fair.
Today's Friday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I had to think about that because I was one day I took a day off from work because of the hurricane. So. Yeah. But
I'm not tired. I swear to God, this Mountain Dew is not making me sleepy.
I think you're lying. That sounds like a lie.
To close it out, Sims is great until you get to Sims 4.
Until you get to Sims. Then it really opens up when you get to Sims 4.
Then EA asked me to be a beta tester and somebody they talk to about things, and that's when I got to see how it works behind the fire, and I don't know what to say.
Well, sounds like sometime in the next year, Allie's going to be exposing some dark secrets about EA. More than what we probably want to know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's why
Corey's probably heard me complain.
Probably. I actually have not heard that part yet, so I'm actually intrigued to hear about this.
I've reined it in then.
And he wrote me into this.
He wrote me into this. I'm a me-shakes.
But that is why you should subscribe. I believe that's what it is for YouTube, right? Not follow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can still follow, subscribe, and
when you push the subscribe button, it does a neat little thing where it goes. Pshing!
Also, make sure you get all notifications, not just the personalized ones, because I've noticed too that's kind of a weird thing. You don't always get notified when we go live until you
click the bell.
Click the bell. for all notifications. Click the bell for all notifications so you can hear us every other Friday.
Every other Friday.
Yeah, every other Friday. So not next Friday, but the week after that, we will be back.
I mean, we toyed with doing every Friday, but my children have proven that is a nose goes broham.
Nose. So yeah, let us know what y'all think in the comments down below. What'd you think about the Sims? Have you played The Sims? What do you think about the Switch 2 potentially coming out? What are your hypotheses? Hypothesi? I don't know.
Will you go see the Sims movie with me?
Will you go see the Sims movie with her? Because I probably won't. I don't do movie theaters anymore.
He doesn't. I can't. He didn't go see Deadpool and Wolverine, and I was the
Linda,
big sad.
oh my gosh.
You know what, Betty? I'm the big sad.
Well, I'll elaborate this after the stream why I don't go to theaters anymore, because it's.
I remember. Don't worry, I remember.
Wait, do you?
Yeah, I do. You told me when Phantom Menace came out.
I don't remember that. But okay.
So we will be on Twitch on Sunday for the regular phase challenge.
At 8 o'clock?
We've been
Eastern Standard Time?
We've been doing them. We've been completing them.
We've been pretty successful in the past few times. We actually got lucky with one because of chat. They helped us out quite a bit in that one because it was no evidence. I'm sorry, Chris. We're still a little
we're still blueberries about it.
That's it. Thank you. We're still blueberries. We have our moments.
I got that one. Remember I said it was acting super shady.
And calling the bang. Anyways. Yeah, so we'll be back Sunday. Saturday is usually when I try to stream in the afternoons. But with a little bit of work going on, kind of conflicting, we'll see. I'm going to do my best to show up on Saturday for random game night. So we'll see what games we're playing. I don't know. You getting there. And then, yeah, it takes time.
And then Tuesday, we'll be playing 7 days, and we're about to have night 14.
Yes, we were actually, like, as soon as we drop in, like, the first 5 minutes of the stream will be the beginning of day 14.
Oh.
And so we're going to go
find
through.
More steroids.
Yep. Oh, my God. Was that a blue moon? Blood moon. Where are you going? I gotta get steroids. I gotta get roid.
Come on, I found like 6 of them in that one save.
You do not understand. I need my roids. I need them now.
They make me go big fast.
They make me go the big fast. And they go, yeah.
No, real quick. This man asked me, he's like, have you been running around the map this whole time or using your bike? I'm like,
oh yeah,
I got the steroids.
She found so many steroids. She was running for like 7 minutes straight, carrying a full backpack, mind you. Anyways.
Oh, and wait. I killed 2 bears by myself.
Oh yeah, she did. She killed 2 bears by herself. Took a while. And multiple arrows. And yes, we in the butt. Yeah. And she loves it so very much.
So sorry.
Are you good?
No, we're funny. Like, this is the fun we have when we're playing.
We are the funniest people we know. We love to laugh. We love to have a good time, hang out. And that's what we do every stream. That's what we like to do in this podcast. So that's why it's a little bit unhinged. It's a little unscripted, even though we do have a bit of script, but like we get
I'm the problem, it's me.
we see squirrels, butterflies
Squirrel.
all the time. So
Squirrel.
And we don't talk a whole lot, so we like to talk to people. Thanks for being our friends.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, for real, we do appreciate you stopping by or hanging out for the entire stream. Chris, thank you so much for hanging out with us. And Tavik, if you're here and lurking, thank you so much for the lurking. And
I miss Tavik.
Yeah, I haven't seen him today. But again, that doesn't mean he's not here. So
I'm sure he likes to learn.
Yeah, he plays World of Warcraft, so you know, if he's doing a boss battle, yeah, he's gonna have us muted, so it's fine. It's fine. This is all fine.
This is fine. This is fine.
Anyways, I'm horrible with goodbyes. That's why I keep prolonging the inevitable. So Allie will take us out.
It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. We will see you back here in 2 weeks at the same time to talk about some random game that we have decided. But until then, tune into us on Twitch, and we will see you on Sunday.
Take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your weekend. We will see you later.